All right, it's time for a little Schadenfreude. I mean, I hate to celebrate when people get fired, but when I see these liberal nut jobs out there who are in these perennial media positions that they've been in for a long time lose their tenure, you can't help but laugh about it. They really did it to themselves. These people always have been against the audience, against the fans, against viewers, against Americans, and it's like then they wonder what happened. This is what's happening with The Daily Show right now, and Trevor Noah, who just got fired, shit canned from The Daily Show. I'm so excited to talk about this today. And like usual, they're making excuses in the media. They're not telling you the real reason why everything happened, but we will here. We'll tell you the truth where others won't. My name is John Delarose. If you're new to the channel, I'm a #1 best-selling author and award-winning comic creator. I've got my graphic novel up, Overmind, on BackerKit right now. We're getting ready to ship all of these. It's a 66-page science fiction graphic novel. Look, they ruined Star Wars. They ruined Star Trek. They ruined everything that was fun about our culture, and they did it the same way that Trevor Noah ruined The Daily Show. But when they did so, they used the same excuses too. It's really interesting, even though this isn't a science fiction property that got destroyed, it's a comedy show. Same media tactics every single time. But we're here to fight those media tactics and to tell the truth. And we also have good writing, beautiful art, wonderful story. It's something that you'll really enjoy. If you like the channel, please consider supporting us by going down to the links in the description below, grabbing this, supporting our subscribe star, joining the channel as a member, whatever, any way you'd like to support. We're happy to have you guys, and we appreciate it. All right, here's the news of the day. Trevor Noah's Daily Show departure hints at deeper problems in late night TV, NPR says. Oh my gosh, what are these deeper problems you talk about? Looking back, this moment may have been inevitable. Delivering the news as almost an aside while talking about his 7th anniversary as host of Comedy Central's news parody program, The Daily Show, comic and author Trevor Noah surprised his audience by announcing he would soon leave the job. I realize there's been another part of my life I want to carry on exploring. He got canned, okay? I miss learning other languages, going to other countries, putting on shows. I miss being everywhere and doing everything. Please clap. All right. Comedy Central issued a statement praising Noah and noting there's no definitive timetable for his departure, saying they're working on next steps. Here it is. Despite hints about the show's workload and fondness for stand-up comedy, Noah also had increasingly looked like a performer whose promise and abilities were growing beyond the steady grind of a late-night comedy show on Comedy Central. This is false. Trevor Noah actually has made the show's audience decline over the last 10 years. Look, here's what went on. People like Jon Stewart. He's a leftist shitloid, whatever, just like Trevor Noah, but there's something about him where he can be funny, he can be an actual real comedian, and he's not just shilling the party line 100% of the time. When Trevor Noah came and took over, he became that lousy identitarian SJW, extreme left Democrat. That's just not funny. It never is, because those people are so angry about everything all the time. They can't laugh. It's a very different dynamic. And so The Daily Show went from something which was funny, and even as a conservative, I would watch it just because of the amusement factor of it, to something that is insufferable and impossible to watch. The audience numbers have dwindled over the last years. Of course, they're going to blame it on streaming and all this other stuff. But you know what? Let's be honest. If a show was good and it was entertaining, it'd be going up. You can get news and comedy on YouTube now better than Trevor Noah. In fact, this channel's better than that. The Quartering's better than that. Geeks and Gamers are better than that. We have a lot of fun stuff on the internet that really is just not worried about towing the party line, and you can get real independent voices out here, where The Daily Show used to pretend to be that, but they're just part of the establishment at this point. Now, NPR goes on to talk about how this is just the death of late-night comedy, and it's very difficult, and everybody's failing in late-night comedy, and this is just a burnout of the format and how people aren't watching it anymore. Well, there's a reason for that. It's not just because of a burnout of the format. This is the same excuse the media uses with Star Trek. Like, if in the 90s, Star Trek used to have 3 shows going on. It had movies going on, and then finally they canceled everything, and they said, gosh, there's just Star Trek fatigue. We need to just give it some time off. And they left it, and they left the property out to dry for 10 plus years. That's exactly what happened here. We're going to see it very shortly with Star Wars, which they've already been cutting movies, and they've been turning them into Disney Plus shows. If you know all these shows like Obi-Wan or whatever, they were originally slated to be full feature films, but then they're like, nah, we're not going to do that. We're just going to reformat these and do a cheaper version on our little streaming platform. MCU, it's going through the same sort of thing. And they're all going to blame it. And they're going to say that there's fatigue, there's too much exposure on this stuff. People just aren't interested in this sort of thing anymore. But the fact is, they're making crap programming. And Trevor Noah is just not funny. He's not interesting. He's a little shit lib, like I said. And that's it. And nobody wants to watch it. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. But they can't learn their lessons. Everybody on late night, same thing. They're just not as funny as their predecessors. They're too much, they're too stiff, trying to toe that corporate line where what's corporately acceptable and funny at the same time. Well, those rules change from day to day. You can't make comedy under those sort of environments. That's why people on YouTube and the like are doing so much better in that regard, because it's just real. There's no filter. There's nobody telling them what they can say. There's no censors. And, good riddance to them is what I say. Pretty easy to figure out, but of course, NPR being a paid government shill operation by itself will never come to the correct conclusion here. The people want something honest. They want something real. They don't want Trevor Noah. All right, leave a comment down below with what you think about this. Hit that like and subscribe button. We'll be back soon.